Okay, so we should be live. So hello everybody, it is Chris here from Professional Beauty. I am joined today by Anna Kana from
Hi.
Socialista Media, and we are going to be talking today about Instagram Reels, IGTV, and how you can use those tools for your business. So first of all, Anna, welcome. Thank you very much for joining us today. I don't know if you just want to give a little bit of introduction about yourself and Socialista.
Yeah, of course. Hi, everyone. My name is Anna from Socialista Media. So if you use Instagram, you'll find us on there. It's at Socialista UK. So we do training and management. So any sort of questions you have about Instagram or Facebook or any sorts of marketing, we can help. So this is the Instagram page. So if you need any help, then we can help you with your Instagram.
That's where to go, and we'll leave links to the Socialista Instagram and all the details as well in the comments, so do check them out. And obviously if you do have any questions as we're going through our little session here today, do leave them in the chat if you're on Zoom, or if you're on Facebook, leave them there. We'll try and get through as many as we can. If you're watching this later, do still leave questions. We'll try and get back to you, or I'll try and get back to you, and we'll see what we can do. So obviously, one of the things we're talking about today is Instagram Reels, and that is something that is brand new. Instagram pretty much just launched it earlier this month. So video obviously is such a big thing in social media. So how can people that are in salons or freelancers, what are things that they can start to look at with Instagram Reels in order to start to get noticed?
So I feel like people are a bit scared of Reels because it's so new, but all it is 15-second videos. So you can upload videos that are already made by swiping up and then uploading those. But at the moment, because they're so new, Instagram are always featuring them on the Explore page. So I'm getting up to 10,000 views on my Reels, and a few of my clients have gained an extra 1,000 followers over the last week or so, or 2 weeks, just by using Reels more often.
And obviously that's something that we see a lot with Instagram, isn't it? As soon as there's sort of a new shiny feature, they do really try and push that.
Yeah, definitely. And a lot of my Instagram management clients, or our Instagram management clients, are beauty and aesthetics. So we're really hot on getting amazing pictures, really high quality videos and pictures. And it's so important that your content needs to be so good that people are just like, okay, I need to give you my money. Like I need to give you my money to make me look like that. That's what the content needs to say.
And obviously with things like Reels, it doesn't have to be overly flashy, does it? I mean, I think a lot of people are sometimes put off by, they think everything has to be super professional, but that isn't really the case, is it?
No, it's just 15-second videos. You can put it on your story. If you want to put it on your grid, you can do, and I can show you that on my phone later. Or you don't have to, you can just keep it in the Reels tab, but it's so easy. It's like a free way of getting more reach. So IGTV is amazing and Reels are amazing. You just need a good phone and a ring light. So I've got my ring light on now, and it just really shows you the difference. Actually, if I just show you now, so this is with the ring light, and I'll show you what it's like without. It's so different. It's so good to have a ring light.
Yeah, and you can find those quite easily on Amazon or anywhere like that. You can get really good ones. We have a couple dotted around our office somewhere. So yeah, it is something that you can definitely, I think is definitely worth investing in, just to give it that little bit more of it just helps with the lighting and just makes things look a little bit better. And again, it's the same with editing, isn't it? It's not a difficult thing to edit a lot of these videos together if you're doing things chopped up.
Yeah, definitely. You just need InShot and Facetune. I did a masterclass on just using InShot, so I'll tell you some tips on here just to make things really simple. I'm a massive procrastinator, so if something's easy and simple to do, I will do it more, which will bring in more money and more sales. So I like things really simple and really easy.
Great. And like, there are lots of free tools out there as well. I mean, you can just sort of have a look online, just do a bit of Googling, and that's InShot as well. And there's some really good graphic ones as well that you can find online if that is something that you just want to do. But video really is such a big driver, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, because Instagram's competing a lot with YouTube. So you'll see, and then obviously TikTok. So as soon as TikTok was banned in the US, the next day Instagram Reels became live. So yeah, they're really competing with those two platforms.
And I think one thing that I hear a lot of people say is, oh, you know, when they think about Instagram Reels, they think about TikTok and they think it's just a younger audience. But that isn't necessarily the case, is it?
No, definitely not. I feel like TikTok is just all about dancing, and I've got no rhythm, so I just did not use TikTok at all. And it really, that platform like really like intimidated me. I was like, I just can't do this. Whereas Reels, it's just the same as Instagram, but it's just 15 seconds. So it's even better than IGTV. Plus, you're going to hit the explore page and your post is going to go further up the newsfeed to your followers so they will see it more.
And that's really all you want. You just want to get those eyes on what you're putting out there. And obviously, IGTV is something that, you know, Instagram seem to keep on be refining it, and they're changing things. The same with how they've changed live videos. What are some like key tips that you have for people that are just sort of looking at doing maybe something a little bit longer than 15 seconds? What are some tips that you've got for that?
Okay, so Instagram TV has to be over a minute long. So I just tend to do like a minute and a second. And I use an app called InShot, which is really good. So with InShot, you can merge 15-second clips together to make it a longer video. You can add your logo. You can use really good transitions. I can do a little demo later if you like. And it's just really, really good for making longer videos. And again, it's really easy on the ring light here. Let's see if I can show you in a sec. So this ring light here, there's a phone bit. So you can just put the phone bit in there. And if you're working on your own, you can just do a time-lapse video of your own phone and it can just record what you're doing. And it's really easy to do for IGTV and Reels. So you don't need anyone to take content for you as such, but as long as you've got a ring light like that, it's fine.
And I think that's something I've seen a couple of people, now that people are going back into salons, they're doing face treatments. I think that's been a really cool thing I've seen, is people doing time lapses of treatments, but obviously with the PPE, so they're showing off that kind of level of safety, which is obviously so important right now.
Yeah, it really is. One of my friends is a facialist, and when the person's on the bed, she has like the lamp here, and she balances her phone on the lamp. So she gets a time lapse of the actual facial, and it gets really good results on Instagram. Even what I find now is really good for beauty. One of my friends is a makeup artist. She's called the Face Fairy. So if you search for her, she gets really high engagement on like small video clips, just putting on lipstick or just like putting in a product. So really like relaxing little short and sweet video tips. So Reels can be up to 15 seconds. So you can do a 5-second one and it'll work fine.
Yeah, I think people sometimes overthink with video, don't they? I think it's that whole thing again, they think it has to be this like blockbuster epic and it has to be perfect in every little way, but it can just be a little thing and that still pushes you up on people's feeds.
Yeah, and that's what we're all about. We want to get more inquiries, more through the DMs, more content that just gets you more clients. And it's actually just cheaper to do little things like this because it'll just get you more reach. And it's a lot cheaper. Instagram and Facebook is one of the cheapest ways to advertise. It's a lot cheaper than a local handbook or a newspaper or a magazine. It's so cheap to do.
And I've seen one question that we did get through beforehand. It was somebody who asked whether or not with things like TikTok closing down, and obviously, well, not potentially closing down, we're not certain what's going on with the ban and all that. But I think people, they said, obviously it's a bit of a worry, like, do you invest a lot of time in something and then it could disappear? But obviously with Instagram, that it's unlikely that these things are going to suddenly be ditched by the service, isn't it?
Yeah, Reels are here to stay. And I remember when stories came out, that was so new, and now everyone loves stories, but soon they're going to be doing stories on like 2 circles at the top, so you'll have 2 rows of stories. So they're changing things all the time. I wouldn't guarantee just Instagram for your platform. I would use your email list, and I would use Facebook marketing as well, ads, retargeting for your website, stuff like that. So you need all little bits, but content is key, especially video.
Yeah, it's sort of having that sort of global look at how you're doing your marketing. Social is obviously such an important thing, but it isn't just the one thing that you should always bank on. We've got a question through from Dimple Sharma on Facebook. If you put viral songs in Reels, will you get more views?
I've not heard that as such. No, I've not heard that one, but try it. And if it works for you, then definitely. I haven't got on my business profile, it doesn't allow me to have songs. So They're still making tweaks. So if you have songs on there, try a viral one, see how you get on, and then try one that isn't as viral, and then look at the reach. There currently isn't insights on Reels at the moment. There's only views, and the only way to look on the views is by tapping the Reel tab here, and then you'll see all the views there. So mine are always 4 figures, which is amazing. Like some of them get like over 10K, which is crazy.
Which is always good to see.
Yeah, have a look at the reach and just see what works for you.
Yeah, definitely. I think Instagram are doing lots of changes to the insights as well at the moment. I know that our professional beauty insights tab changed the other day, so I've been having to look through.
Yeah. Why did they do that? I like the other one.
Exactly. Sometimes it's sort of like, oh, I'm just getting used to something, and then it's changed all again. But that's the joy of social media.
Yeah.
So in terms of like little content ideas, so obviously you were talking about maybe doing like lipstick or facials. Are there any other things that you've seen out there that people could do in terms of reels that are just like little short things that might work?
Yeah, really short, like this, like all the girls in the salon waving, that's fine. On reels, it's really weird because you have to make it on the story and then put it on the feed. So all you need to do is just tap the Reels tab here. But if you don't want to take something there and then, or you're at home and it's your day off, but you still need to post for the salon or clinic, you can just press that up and then all your videos come up. So you can add one, you can shorten it, and then get your caption ready and then post it on the feed. So anything really that you think, good lighting is key. Good lighting is really important. Or maybe a short review of a customer. So ask a customer to do your face to cam review, which is 15 seconds.
Yeah, that sounds like a really good idea. And it's getting that kind of, it's making it more interactive. It's not just, I think some people are like, oh, it's just the one thing that they see sometimes on things like TikTok or on Reels. And then obviously if you're getting more people involved, it shows a different side to your salon or your clinic. But
even a boomerang counts as a video. So you can boomerang something, like say all products, and you can just do a boomerang of that. That is instantly a video, so that can be on Reels as well.
And I think that is something as well with, obviously there are some people who aren't necessarily as confident or comfortable going in front of the camera, but there are things you can do as well where you don't have to be front and center in these. There's obviously ways you can get around that.
Yeah, I have only been going live since January. So I completely understand. I couldn't do face to cam and I couldn't do speaking, and now I have to do it like every week. But since lockdown, I've been doing a lot more face to cam, and I'm kind of now like sick of my own face and sick of my own voice. And I'm quite a vain person anyway, but I'm like, okay, I'm really bored of my own face now because I can just see it in the camera all the time.
Yeah.
But you have to get used to it. What I find will help anyone. So if anyone is struggling with face to cam speaking, I would make sure there's good lighting. So in front of the window or in front of a ring light, you can put a filter on if you need. So there's loads of Instagram filters. And for your first one, just say, hi everyone, just thought I'd share that I'm coming on here a lot more now doing some face to camera speaking. I know a lot of you like this and it's something that I need to overcome for myself. So just to let you know, I'll be showing up on here more often. So hopefully see you all soon. Something like that. It's sharp and sweet. It's done within 15 seconds and you've put it out there. So you have to show up more often.
And I think as well, you tend to get, and I've seen lots of people, lots of salon owners who have started doing things, have been going live a little bit more, doing videos whilst we're in lockdown and now that we're moving out of that. And I think it's been great to see a lot of times you get such a really good reception. I've barely ever seen any negative reception to these things. And obviously that's such a great thing to see. And Instagram has a bit of a reputation of being the nicer platform in a way. So it is a good one to start on, I guess.
Yeah. Definitely. I understand if anyone's nervous, but you just need to start, otherwise you're just not going to do it. But a filter always makes you more confident. There's loads of natural filters on Instagram. So yeah, I completely resonate with anyone that is struggling to do it, but once you've done it once, it'll just make it a lot more easier for you.
Yes, definitely. And obviously with lives as well, so that's sort of slightly changed about where they're saved now as well, because they're now going on the grid. And what I've seen a little bit more, where you can save them directly to the grid, I should say, you can now, I'm seeing a lot more people looking at those kind of videos as well. So again, it's the whole, something slightly new has changed on Instagram and they're pushing that feature a little bit more.
Yeah, when you go live on Instagram, you can now save it to IGTV. So whenever you go live, a big tip is keep it under an hour, because anything over an hour will not save to IGTV. And don't save it to your camera roll, because sometimes it doesn't save and then it won't go on IGTV. It has to go straight to IGTV.
Yeah, I think we've had that once before. I think Amanda, my colleague, was doing a Instagram live, and there's so many questions coming through, and it got to like 59 minutes. It was like, it says that we've got a minute left to go, so we're going to have to wrap this up quickly. So
Yeah.
keep a cloth or something just slightly in your eye line, and that's usually a good way that you can make certain that you're not going too far over. But is there a benefit, do you think, to doing like slightly shorter lives, or do you think take up as much time as you want? Have you got any tips for that?
I do short lives. I don't like going live on my Instagram profile. I do a lot of masterclasses in my private Instagram, so you have to buy tickets to access it, and I keep it small, so it's only a tenner. But I do feel like if you want to go live, you can maybe just do a facial demonstration, so you're not doing face to cam and then no one's asking you any questions and you're like, oh no, like what do I do, and then you get flustered. So go live and just film a facial or film like a lip injection or something like that. A lot of our Instagram management clients tend to do a lot of video recording and picture taking rather than going live. And then we can edit that and then put it onto the grid for them. We've got a lot of experience in the aesthetics industry for Instagram management, and my colleague's got like 15 years worth of experience, and she has seen the change of marketing 15 years ago to marketing what it is now, and it's all about getting those crisp, clear photos and videos.
That's great. And in terms of what you can show, because obviously there's some things, particularly if you're doing Instagram ads, there are certain things you have to be slightly careful with, particularly if you're in an aesthetic clinic, aren't there, in terms of sort of before and after and things like that. There are obviously some ways that you can get around that, but you do have to be slightly careful sometimes.
Yeah, I'm making a training about this in the next couple of months, because a lot of people get their ads account disabled and they don't know what they're doing wrong. Instagram doesn't like needles, so if you are in aesthetics, then don't show a needle. They don't tend to like before and afters, but recently I don't know whether they've changed that, because I've seen a lot of before and afters on my stories. So just be careful of, they also don't like zooming into a body part. And they don't like feet. Like people have tried to set an ad for manicures or pedicures. I don't know whether that's anything to do with foot fetishes. I'm not sure.
Yeah, let's be careful. Who knows what's going on Instagram, the dark side of Instagram sometimes. But yeah, there are things that keep popping up. So do keep an eye if you're doing things like ads. Have a look at the T's and C's, because they are sometimes updating those, but things do always change. We have a question from Sue here on Zoom who says, I work alone from home, would love someone to do all my social networking since I don't have a clue to what I'm doing. Is it very expensive? So obviously that's something maybe, I don't know, in terms of what offers that you have, or obviously you do your Instagram classes, which might be slightly differently priced.
Yeah, Instagram social networking. So I have something called the Member Squad, which is a Facebook platform. It's a Facebook community. There's over 400 members in it, and that's £19 a month. And I go live in there once a week to answer anyone's questions. And then there's an Instagram analysis in there, but it's a good community. I have engagement threads in there every few days, so people can engage on each other's work. People get to know each other. So that's a good little community. But I don't know what else you mean by social networking.
Yeah, I don't know that it's just sort of social management, maybe, sort of actually somebody to get in to manage somebody's social media the entire time.
Oh, yeah, we do that. Yeah, so if you go on socialistamedia.co.uk, there's a management tab and all the prices are on there, or you can just message me on Instagram as well, and then we can give you 10% off, definitely.
Perfect. So there we go. And then, like I said, there'll be links to that. There should be a link on our Instagram story right now, which you can head straight through to the Socialista account as well there. So do have a look. In terms of if you're sharing something to Instagram, so if you've got a video for Instagram, would you only ever keep it there? Or if you have a Facebook page as well, would you put it on Facebook just so that you've got it across everything?
There's different audiences. So whatever I post on Instagram, I post on Facebook. Some people say do, some people say don't, but it's always worked for me and all of my clients. So share it across the Facebook is fine. I tend to post on Instagram and then post it separately on Facebook, so I can change the app names, so tag anyone in on Facebook and add the location. But yeah, that's fine, definitely.
Yeah, I think that's something that I see quite a lot, where you end up with a random at that doesn't go through to anything on Facebook, maybe. And it's the same always if you're looking on Instagram. If you're putting a website, it won't link through unless you're on the desktop version of Instagram in a copy. You'll have to.
Yeah, it's annoying, isn't it? I don't know why they're owned by the same people, so why don't they just do that?
Yeah, it is. And I think there's a lot of social media platforms that try and keep you on that social platform. So I guess as well, it's part of Instagram Reels. It's making people not go to TikTok as often. It's keeping you on Instagram. So that will be why they are really trying to push it. So I know you said that you might be able to show off a little bit of InShot or something like that. I don't know whether, I think that might be good. I think people might like to see something like that, or just anything more on Reels.
Okay, so you want me to do like a little reel?
Yeah. Let's have a live demo.
Okay, so to do a reel, don't feel pressured. You don't need to start dancing, okay? It's completely fine. So you just need to press the camera in the top, and then you just tap on reels. It's going to feel weird that you're making it on the story to go on the grid, but that's just the way it is. If you're doing face to cam, there's your selfies there, your filters there, sorry. Or if you want to do a pre-made story, you just swipe up and it automatically adds all your videos. So I am going to select, so I've just done a boomerang now, and I can select the boomerang there that I could go, that's on reels. So if you wanted to do that, so that is 6 seconds, you can just press tick and it keeps it in there. If you don't want to add anything else, because at the top it shows you how much time is left. This is the time that's been taken and that's the time that's left. If you don't want to add any more, just press forward. Press forward again, and then you write your caption. Here is what is important, because all of our grids for social media management are really like, we've got OCD with grids, so the cover photo has to match. So here you can change cover. You can either upload something from your camera roll that's been made in Canva, or you can change a part of it which you want for the grid. Press done, add your caption, and you're there. It's that simple. So you can do loads of pre-made videos if you don't want to do it like there and then. That's fine.
Yeah, and that is something I think they've made it a little bit obvious about, like how much you can use and how much that time bar at the top. So do keep an eye on that if you're putting anything together. I know one thing that a lot of people are saying with IGTV, when you're saving that, if you're doing a split screen live, you can't actually edit the cover from the live to the IGTV to the grid post, which is a little bit annoying. It's something that we're having to deal with on PB, but one great tool, if you are looking for something like that, Canva, it's completely free. It's a online tool and an app. It's so good. It really is something that can make like cool little graphics, but you can also do sort of thumbnails or cover photos. It's something I would really, really recommend.
Canva's amazing. Like I might do a training on just Canva because it's so good.
Yeah, and it's free as well if you want it to be. There is a paid version, and you can get a little bit more, but that's more if you've got particular branding and fonts, things like that. So do check that out if you haven't already.
Yeah, and it's good. You can use it on your desktop or you can use it on your phone. So it's just here, and then it's good because all your designs are like kept in here. So if you just tap the designs, all of my designs for all of my stuff are in here, and then for my Instagram management clients are all in here. So the logo stays in the same place. The colors are the same, the fonts are the same. So you just need to edit it, and it's actually really quick to use.
Yeah, and you can resize things, and it tells you like if you want to do an Instagram post or an Instagram story, it will give you the templates for that. So yeah,
it's really good. The templates are good. There's Instagram post templates, so you press see all for that, and then here's all your templates that are just ready made for you. You can just change the color, add an image, add the logo, change the text, and then again for stories, like you just said, stories, Instagram stories, so you can make all of your stories when you've got like your creative head on. You can just make stories again, change the picture, change the text, add your logo, change all the branding. It's so good.
Perfect. We have a couple of questions come through on Facebook, or just comments. We've got somebody, Tasha said, will this video be saved to rewatch later? It will be. So if you are halfway through, you will be able to watch it back on Facebook later, and it will be also on our YouTube. We've got a comment from Sarah Merrick who says, hey Anna, guys, check her out. Her courses have been amazing. So lovely little bit of love for you there.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
We've got a question from Lydia who says, can you suggest any apps for editing, so for video editing? So that was InShot, wasn't it, that you were talking about earlier?
This is InShot here, that one there. So you just press on there. Do you want me to do a little demo?
Yeah, that would be great if you could.
Okay. I have paid InShot. I'm not sure how much it is, but I always upgrade because it gets rid of like the little logo at the bottom. So you just press, it's dead simple to use. Again, I like simplicity and I'm a massive procrastinator. So anything that's easy to use, I will do more of. So you just tap on video, then new. And here it brings all your videos. So you can take the videos first and put them together. It also brings up photos, so, or all. So you can tap all and then everything comes up. So you can do a mixture of videos of photos. With videos, again, you can just tap on one and then press the green tick. So I'm just going to do the boomerang that we took now. And then at the end of it, you can press at the plus sign and then add another video straight away. So I'm going to add, there's what's the key. Let's see, what else can I add? There, a laser one, that's a 20-second one. I'll fail to load. Okay, this is live. Okay, these are loaded. My storage is not great right now. There. Yeah,
it's live TV, as it were. It happens.
Yeah, so you can just add videos after videos. You can add text, you can add stickers, you can add your logo. When you add another video here, there's a white box that comes up here, and that's where you can change the transition. So if you watch Mrs. Hinch's stories and it goes from one to the others like really quick, she uses InShot. The canvas is good, so you can do it to the grid or IGTV or YouTube. You can zoom in, so you can make it bigger or smaller. The background you can change, so you can change the background here. You can make it smudge like that, or you can add a color.
So yeah, lots of different ways that you can sort of play around with the videos.
Yeah, you can add different colors. There's loads, and it's actually really simple. I did a huge masterclass. I don't know whether to bring it back or not, but I did a huge masterclass on that. And you can make a 15-second video in InShot for Reels if you need to. But Reels is just so good on its own, so quick.
Are there any tools that you use in terms of scheduling for Instagram, or is there anything that you particularly recommend?
So I used to use Planoly, but I've noticed when I use other apps other than Instagram, the reach drops. So on Facebook pages, so if anyone's got this app for their Facebook page, it's the white one with the orange flag. I'll just go into my page now. You go into publish here, and you can publish it, and you can schedule it to go to Instagram. So that does post it, but I like my hashtags in the first comment and then do the story. So it puts it out there. I haven't checked if the reach drops on there, but I like saving to drafts on my Instagram and then just posting it. I like doing it from scratch, to be honest. But that's the only scheduling app I would use and recommend because it's made by Instagram.
Yeah. And they do tend to like to promote their own things every now and again. And that is, you can also schedule things like videos as well. It's not just your general posts that you can do on there. There is sometimes as well, if you are doing scheduling apps, you have to be careful again with cover photos. Make certain that you've got one that you can select a cover image for, because sometimes you end up, if you start like a white frame at the beginning of a video, that'll just be what appears on your grid, and it's not quite as pretty. So if you do have any other questions, do let us know. We still have a little bit of time here today. I'm just wondering as well, in terms of stories, do you notice, is there anything in terms of like GIFs or things that you use there? Is there anything that you would recommend in order to get more engagement on stories?
Yeah, so you need to put stories that get replies. So things that will get replies are something funny, so like memes are really good. Something shocking, like something that's just happened that's really shocking. And pictures of you. And I don't want to put my picture on Instagram stories really, but if I'm going out on a Saturday night and I put a full-length mirror selfie, everyone will reply like as girls do with the fire sign and the heart eyes emoji, like, oh my god, you look amazing. What that will signal to Instagram is this story is getting lots of interaction, so that will move your story circle to the front of the queue and your views will go up. And the way to look at that, I'll just do a little quick Instagram training. So if you go to Insights, and then you go to, now this has changed. So,
yes.
So then you go to content you shared. Okay, no, you don't. You go to stories at the bottom, then you click the arrow. Then at the top, it will say reach within 14 days. So 14 days on stories is the most it goes to. But if you change the reach to replies, you will see then what posts get replies and just do more like that. So there will be loads of zeros, loads of zeros, and then there's loads of ones with numbers, and the ones with numbers that people like.
And that's really what you want. You just want to get any kind of engagement of that reply, and that is what Instagram just is fed by, is that interaction with your post.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and it is something where I think as long as you're doing it semi-regularly as well. I mean, how often do you recommend that people do things like videos or a reel, as it were, now?
When you post on Instagram, it should be at least once a day. At least once a day. I try to post twice a day for myself, and a lot of our clients have, especially in aesthetics, a mid-meal package, which is 2.
Sorry, just had somebody burst into my office. Yeah, don't worry. That could have been a scary moment.
My brother comes in the flat and he like empties a dishwasher and like, like what are you actually doing? Like, I'm like actually live right now.
Yeah. Oh dear.
What was I saying? What was the question that you asked me?
In terms of posting on Instagram, how often to do that?
At least once a day. But when you're doing a video or a post, think, can I do this as a reel instead? So now you'll see all mine. It can be posts, but there's actually a video behind it. So I put it up as a reel and then I add a cover photo so it matches the grid, because I've got massive grid OCD with mine and all of our clients.
And that's something that it's quite easy once you get into the hang of like making a grid with sort of an order to it. It is pretty easy to start to keep to that, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. Again, you have to check what you're posting, that kind of thing. So yeah, it's good. And why I like a theme to your grid is it looks neat and tidy, and plus you're always posting like a variety. You're not always posting the same.
Amazing. Well, I think that is more or less what we have time for today. But thank you so much, Anna. Obviously, is there anything that you would like to point people towards at the end as well? So obviously your website.
Yeah, everything's on the website, all the services, which is socialistamedia.co.uk, and then the Instagram is @socialistauk. But any questions, you can just message us. All of the services are in the column, which has got like pictures of the phones. So all my services are in this column. That's how I like to keep all my sales type stuff in there. But yeah, any questions, you can just DM us. I'm on the DMs, and so is my manager, Carly. So yeah, that's what we look like.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much. So there's a link to that now on the Facebook page as well. So if you are watching this live or watching it on playback, it is right there for you to access. But thank you so much, Anna. That has been really, really great. And thank you to everybody who has been watching. We will be back with more webinars next week, so do keep an eye. We've also got Professional Beauty World as well, so have a look at that. It's all on the PB website, the Instagram and Facebook. So thank you very much, and we will see you soon.
See you soon.
Perfect. Thank you. Bye, Anna. Bye now.